Okay folks, it's the time you've all been waiting for. The time where I review One Piece. Now, what do I have to say about One Piece? Well, let's just put it this way. I've seen some pretty bad dubs of anime in my time, but this really just takes the cake. I mean, seriously, I'd rather watch the English version of Sailor Moon over and over again until my eyes bled before I would even consider watching an episode of One Piece. I mean, it's that bad. 4Kids took a really good anime and just completely destroyed it. And I, personally, I didn't mind the 4Kids dub until I saw this, and I was wondering, why are people bashing this company so much? I mean, they're just a dubbing company and that. And then a friend of mine showed me an episode of One Piece, and I went, oh, that's why. So yeah, it's got crap voice acting in it. It's got shitty editing, and it's got one really ridiculous story change, which I'll go over. So yes, without further ado, let's start this bitch. Okay, let's start with the voice actors, if you can call them that. Oh, burn. Bella Hudson was the voice of Monkey D. Luffy. Nami was voiced by Carey Williams. Zoro was voiced by Mark Derrison. Usopp was voiced by Jason Griffith, who is everybody's favorite voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, I'll show you what true speed really is. Nico Robbins was voiced by Veronica Taylor. Howdy, y'all! Sanji was voiced by David Moo. Moo. And Chopper was voiced by Lisa Ortiz. So, what do I think of the 4Kids voice actors of One Piece? Well, apart from Nami and Zoro, which had really good voice actors, all the other voice actors are absolute shit. I mean, seriously. Bella Hudson as Luffy. I know Luffy's supposed to sound quite childish and have quite a childish personality, but for God's sake, this voice makes him sound extremely childish. I mean, could you even listen to this voice for over 20 minutes of an episode? I sure as hell couldn't. Oh God, oh, that was such a strain in my voice. Jason Griffith as Usopp. Oh my God. What the hell were 4Kids thinking? I mean, seriously, Jason Griffith isn't even that much of a good voice actor. I mean, the voice I did earlier for Usopp wasn't actually Jason Griffith's version of the Usopp voice. It was Sonic's voice. The Usopp voice he does is more like this. I mean, seriously, I know Usopp is supposed to be a comedic character, but there is no reason for him to sound like a retard. And honestly, I would rather listen to his Sonic voice over and over again, because at least with his Sonic voice, you don't get as much his voice breaking as much as you do in this one. Okay, I think I've proven my point there. I bet the reason that he had that voice was because I bet one day he came in with a sore throat or something and just tried to start doing this voice, and then Al Khan just came in the way. Great, Jason, keep up the good work. But sir, I'm not doing a voice. I just have a sore throat. I don't care. Keep it up or you're fired. Okay, sir. You know what I mean. Okay, Nico Robbins. Now, even though that Veronica Taylor was good at Ash Ketchum, why the hell did she put a southern accent on for Nico Robbins? It beggars beyond belief. Oh, so I see now. The reason that she wears because she wears a cowboy hat. So 4Kids thought just because she wore a cowboy hat immediately meant that she came from the South of America. Ugh, great work, 4Kids, great work. You've done it again. Okay, Sanji. God. Sanji's voice. Why the hell does he sound like this? I mean, for God's sake, he sounds like freaking Rambo. Oh, I've just figured something out. Maybe David Moo is another name for Sylvester Stallone. It makes perfect sense. And Chopper's voice, Lisa Ortiz. Now, I didn't actually mind her voice for the small Chopper and the reindeer Chopper. It was the big Chopper that sort of made me laugh all the time, because when Chopper changed into the big Chopper, she would always go from this sort of voice to this sort of voice. Yes, for some reason Chopper's testicles have just dropped by about 10 years. So, yeah. What would I get? I would give the 4Kids voice actors 1.5 out of 5, because they're all crap besides Nami and Zora's voices, which are pretty good. And due to the fact that the YouTube limit is a complete bitch, I'm going to stop here. So join me in part 2, when I'll be discussing the 4Kids edits and story changes on One Piece. So expect that up quite soon.